Hello, my self-motivated friends. Welcome to this fifth lecture on the topic of bill of exchange. In the first four lectures, we have devoted two lectures for the purpose of theory discussion, and then next two lectures I have solved problems. The first problem was a conceptual problem, only discussing about the life of bill of exchange if it is retained and if it ends either on account of honoring or on account of dishonoring or on account of dishonoring along with noting charges. So that was the first question. Then second question, third question and fourth question I have discussed in the fourth lecture. That second question, third question and fourth question, these three questions were talking about how to calculate discount. What is the meaning of discounting? Basically, it is a loan which is given by the bank to the drawer. When the drawer of the bill is in need of money, but the due date of the bill is far ahead, it is yet to come, then the drawer, instead of going to the drawee, can go to the banker and can ask the banker to give the money to the drawer immediately, and the security which is providing to the banker is the bill of exchange. On the due date, the banker himself is going to collect the amount from the drawee. So it is not just a security, but the bill is actually sold to the banker. That's why the definition of discounting of a bill is selling the bill to the bank. So on the due date, the banker will collect the bill from the drawee. So obviously, banker's money will be invested, banker's money will be lying, banker's money will be used by the drawer before the due date of the bill. So sometime banker will be parting away his money. For that purpose, banker should charge interest. But generally, interest is the amount which is repaid along with principal at the time of end of the loan agreement. Here the problem is, at the time of end of the loan agreement, the banker is not going to come back to the drawer, but the banker is going to go to the drawee. And drawee will not pay even a single paisa more over and above the amount of bill. That means the banker is in a difficulty. The principal amount he can recover at the end of the term of the bill, that is on the due date, but he cannot get anything more than the principal component or than the amount which is mentioned in the bill, because the drawee has not got any extra benefit. So the banker will lose interest. To avoid such a situation, the banker will specify the benefit of early payment is given to the drawer. That means the interest should be paid by the drawer. But on the due date, drawer is not going to be there. On the due date, it is the banker and the drawee. Drawee will not pay more money. Drawer should have paid the money, but banker is not going to come to the drawer to demand money. So banker will specify to the drawer at the time of discounting itself, at the time of giving advance itself, that whatever interest I could have charged at the end of term of the bill, that I am going to charge now itself, and that I am going to deduct from the amount of bill. I will give you net amount. So this interest on the amount which is advanced by the banker to the drawer, I repeat, this interest on the amount which is advanced by the banker to the drawer is not paid at the time of maturity of the bill, but it is deducted at the time of giving the advance itself. That's why it is not called as an interest, but it is called as a discount. And that's why the process is not called as loan given by the banker, but the process is called as bill discounted with the banker. In second problem, third problem and fourth problem, we found out how to calculate that discount. We understood how to calculate the discount. The idea is amount of bill into rate of interest into unexpired period of the bill divided by 12 months or 365 days or 366 days. If the term of the bill is given in the form of number of months, then denominator should be 12 months. If the term of the bill is given in number of days and it is not a leap year, then divided by 365. And if the term of the bill is given in days but it is a leap year, in that case divided by 366. These are the three different things which we have studied. But in the second, third and fourth problem, we have not discussed about journal entries. So this is today's lecture, lecture number 5, which talks about journal entries of discounting. So in that pyramid diagram, I can specify we are talking about the second situation which may happen in the life of a bill of exchange. That second situation was discounting of the bill. What is the meaning of discounting? Selling the bill to the bank. We are telling the banker that take this bill, give me the money. Afterwards you collect money from the drawee. So this situation we are going to talk about. Banker will not collect money on our behalf on the due date. In reality, banker will collect the money on his own behalf, because banker has already paid money to us. Now the bill has become his property. Just like we sold our land and building to somebody else, then that somebody else can again sell land and building to somebody else. Similarly, here we have sold the bill to the banker, then banker may do whatever he wants. So on the due date, banker will collect the money on the bill from the drawee as if it is his own bill, because we have sold the bill to him. That is called as discounting. So in discounting, now we are interested in understanding how to pass the journal entries. Now remember, this is the most confusing part of the topic of bill of exchange, journal entries of discounting. So if you are going to pay proper attention now, if your concentration is high, then you will understand these entries properly, and in that case this is going to be your best friend in the examination of 12th standard. This topic, bill of exchange, 10 marks in your pocket, provided you are going to pay concentration now, provided you are going to pay attention now. So please be with me. I want next 30-35 minutes of dedication, full concentration on the topic. Okay, let me read the question. Ajinkya owes rupees 45,000 to Ashwin. On 12th of July 2019, Ashwin received a cross check of rupees 15,000 from Ajinkya, and for the balance rupees 30,000, Ajinkya accepted a bill for 3 months. Ashwin got the bill discounted with his bank at 15% per annum on the same day. Give journal entries in the books of Ashwin and Ajinkya for the following cases. Bill honored on the due date, bill dishonored on the due date, and bill dishonored on the due date and noting charges rupees 300 paid by the bank. So they are telling us again one single story having 3 different ends. It may be either honored or dishonored and noting charges paid. In these 3 cases, how to solve the situation? So the initial part is constant. Now first let us try to observe certain things. What are the different things which are told by the problem? Ajinkya owes. To owe means the amount is payable. So Ajinkya owes means the amount is payable by Ajinkya. To whom? To Ashwin. It means the amount is receivable by Ashwin and it is payable by Ajinkya. It means Ajinkya is the debtor and Ashwin is the creditor. It means Ashwin can demand money from Ajinkya. So Ajinkya owes rupees 45,000 to Ashwin. It means before the problem has started, somewhere in the past, Mr. Ashwin has either sold some goods to Ajinkya or has provided some services to Ajinkya, but Ajinkya did not pay the money for the goods or did not pay the money for the services. So Ajinkya remained as a debtor in the books of Ashwin and Ashwin remained as a creditor in the books of Ajinkya. Then some more days have passed by and now they are telling us on 12th of July Ashwin is coming to Ashwin is finding that Ajinkya is ready to give him money. How Ajinkya is giving money? Ashwin is receiving a check, cross check of rupees 15,000. Cross check, it means it cannot be encashed on the counter of the cash counter of the bank. It will have to be deposited by Ashwin in his own bank account. So first part is 15,000 rupees received in bank by way of a cross check. But the total amount which was receivable from Ajinkya was rupees 45,000, out of which check is only of rupees 15,000. So balance of 30,000 is still pending. And then they have told you for the balance of rupees 30,000, Ajinkya accepted a bill for 3 months. Ajinkya accepted a bill for 3 months. What must have happened? Ashwin must have received the check. Ashwin must have seen, okay, this is a check of rupees 15,000. Let me check the ledger account. In the ledger account, Ajinkya is shown as debtor of rupees 45,000. But here the check is only of rupees 15,000, 30,000 pending. He is asking Mr. Ajinkya, pay me rest rupees 30,000. Ajinkya says, no, I don't have money, but I can have money after 3 months. I think I will be in a position to earn that much money within 3 months. So at the end of 3 months, I will pay you. Ashwin is saying, I am ready to wait for 3 months. You are my good friend. You are my loyal customer, regular customer. I am ready to wait for you, but I don't want to wait as it is. What we will do is I'll write on a piece of paper an order dictating you to pay the money either to me or to my order. So there is no compulsion that on the due date I will come to collect the money. I may order somebody else, I may give this bill to somebody else, and that somebody else may come and collect money. You will have to pay him. Ajinkya is asking, what is the reason? How does it make any difference? There is no difference for you. I am not asking you to make any payment to me just now. Just accept this particular bill. So Mr. Ashwin is preparing a format, pro forma, I hope you remember, which we have discussed in the first lecture. He'll write his name, he'll write the address, he'll write the date of preparation of bill. Then he will, on the left hand side, he'll put a stamp. Then he will write the amount of the bill in figures. Then he will write a sentence. After 3 months, pay me or my order a sum of rupees 30,000 for the value received. Then on the bottom left corner, he will write the name of Ashwin and his address. Then in the middle part, he is expecting Mr. Ashwin to put the word accepted, put his name, his signature, and the date on which he is accepting the bill. And in the bottom right corner, he is going to put his own signature. All these different things are going to happen. Ajinkya is happy because there is nothing special now. Anyway, he was going to pay after 3 months. He is going to pay after 3 months in reality also. So whatever he wanted, that is happening. Ajinkya is happy. But most important, Ashwin is having a bill in his hand. It is not a sales bill. It is not a purchase bill, but it is a bill of exchange. Now it is a negotiable instrument. So Ashwin now is going to the bank and telling the banker that banker, I'm in need of money. There is one debtor of mine. His name is Ajinkya. After 3 months, he is going to pay me 30,000 rupees. He has given it in writing that he is going to pay me or my order. And now this particular piece of paper is governed under the Negotiable Instruments Act. That means if he fails to pay this, then there are a lot of remedies. There are a lot of ways available to us under the Negotiable Instrument Act, legal ways available to us to collect money from him. So you don't worry, you give me the money now itself because I'm in need of money. Banker will specify, okay, 30,000 rupees. Rate of interest we are going to charge is 15%. So 30,000 into 15%, that comes to 30,000, 10% is equal to 3,000, 30,000, 5% is equal to 1,500. That means it becomes 4,500. 15% becomes 4,500. 4,500 for a full year. The bill is for 3 months. So 4,500 into 3 by 12, that means 1/4. So it comes to around 1,125. That is the amount which the banker is going to charge as interest. So what the banker will do, let us take a simple example. If it would have been a normal loan for 3 months, banker would have given 30,000 rupees to Ashwin. Ashwin would have used the money, and on the due date, banker would have come back to Ashwin. I am talking about normal loan. I am talking about normal loan. If banker would have given 3 months loan to Ashwin, what would have happened? General loan, simple loan. Just forget the point of bill of exchange just now. We are considering simple situation. Banker would have given a loan to Ashwin. Then Ashwin would have got 30,000 rupees. And after 3 months, when the term of the loan is getting over, Ashwin would have refunded 30,000 rupees plus 1125 rupees. That means 31,125 rupees to the banker. Banker would have been happy, Ashwin would have been happy, everything would have been normal. But now this is not a normal loan transaction. In normal loan transaction, banker is the lender and Ashwin is the borrower, and on the due date, the borrower himself pays the money to the lender. So there is no difficulty. But in case of discounting, now a separate situation, our problem situation. It is as good as a loan. But Mr. Ashwin is telling the banker that you give me money today, and on the due date, I won't repay. On the due date, my friend, Mr. Ajinkya, is going to repay. So you can collect money from Ajinkya. So banker will say, okay, no problem. This is a good loan. I will pay you 30,000 rupees today. And on the due date, I will go to Ashwin. I will go to Ajinkya. And I'll ask him to pay 30,000 plus 1,125 rupees. So Ajinkya should pay 31,125 rupees to the banker. Ashwin will specify, yes, what you are saying is true, this should have happened, but this is not going to happen, because Ashwin will pay the amount which is mentioned on this bill, and the amount which is mentioned on the bill is rupees 30,000. That means you cannot collect any extra amount from this Mr. Ajinkya. So now the banker is in a fix. Banker is saying, if I would have given you a normal loan of rupees 30,000, then on the due date you would have paid me 31,125. But now since we are discounting the bill, we are selling the bill, we are doing the transaction of bill of exchange, I will give you 30,000 and I will get back 30,000 after 3 months. So I am not getting any interest. This is not done. This is not a good transaction. So there should be some way out of it. You please tell Mr. Ajinkya to pay 1,125 rupees extra. Ashwin will specify, sorry, I cannot tell him to pay anything extra. The amount which is written on the bill is 30,000. So he will pay 30,000. How to solve this problem? Banker will say, okay, this is a good idea. Ultimately, I should get 1125 rupees extra. And I should get it from whom? If I would have given loan to you, then you should have paid interest. So similarly, now since the advance is given to you, you should pay the interest. So this advance of rupees 30,000 on which interest of rupees 1125, which I should get at the time of repayment of the loan, I will get it at the time of granting the loan itself. So when the amount is going to be given to Mr. Ashwin by the banker at that time itself will deduct the amount of interest. The banker at that time itself will deduct the amount of interest and will specify that I will give you net cash. So this is the basic idea which we are thinking of. If you are finding it little difficult to imagine or visualize, no problem. Now I am going to write the observations and thereafter I am going to solve the journal entries. It will be very easy for you. Just be with me. What is the idea? If you are taking a loan from the banker, normal loan, then banker gives you full loan and banker recovers full loan plus interest. But if you are discounting the bill with the bank, if you are selling the bill to the bank, in that case banker does not give you full loan, but banker finds out the total amount of bill. Whatever interest he should have received, that interest he deducts from the bill and net cash is going to give it to you. That's why actually speaking it is an interest, but it is deducted at the time of granting the loan itself. It is deducted at the time of selling the bill itself. That's why it is not called as an interest, it is called as a discount. Okay, so this is the one, and remember, this is not your cash discount or trade discount. This is a special discount. That's why I prefer to call it as discount charges, not discount, because the moment word discount is used, many of us may get confused. Oh, this is a cash discount. Oh, this is a trade discount. No, nothing of that sort. This is neither a trade discount nor a cash discount. These are discount charges, because this is actually speaking an interest which is recovered at the time of granting the loan. So it is a charge. It is an expenditure. So I'll call it as discount charges. I hope it is clear to all of you, and if it is not yet understood, still your mind is getting confused, don't worry. As I'm going to solve the problem, I'm going to write the observations. You will find it very easy to understand. Okay, so let me write down the observations now. Yes, this is my text box. Let me draw the text box and write down the observations. Just a minute. Font is to be changed. Yes. And now let me write the observations. Observations are OBSERVATI1S. Okay, observations. First one, Ajinkya owes. So Ajinkya is a debtor. Ajinkya is debtor and Ashwin is creditor. Okay. Why this is important? Because then we can decide where to write whose accounts, where to write whose journal. So Ajinkya is a debtor, that means his journal will come on right hand side, and Ashwin is a creditor, that means his journal will come on left hand side. That yellow color journal will be of Ashwin and that green color journal will be of Ajinkya. I hope you are understanding. But this is what I have discussed in the first problem itself. Okay, so Ajinkya is a debtor and Ashwin is the creditor. Total debt is equal to rupees 45,000. Check paid on 12th July is equal to rupees 15,000. BOE drawn on 12th July is equal to rupees 30,000. BOE is for 3 months. Therefore, due date of BOE is equal to 12th of July 2019 plus 3 months. This I'll call it as nominal due date. Therefore, nominal due date of BOE is 12th of July 2019 plus 3 months is equal to 12th of October 2019 plus 3 days is equal to 15th of October 2019. This becomes our legal due date. So I'll just remove the word nominal from here. Let it be as it is. Therefore the due date is equal to original bill drawn date plus the tenure of the bill plus 3 days extra. That is 15th of October. Okay. Next, the bill is discounted with the banker at 15% per annum now let me align itself. Therefore discount charges is equal to the amount of bill is rupees 30,000 into 15% into 3 months upon 12 months, because unexpired period is equal to 3 months. Oh, I think I have not written the formula here. Just a minute, sorry for that. Let me write down the formula first so it will be easy for you to understand. It is bill amount. We have discussed this, but let me write down the formula. No tension again. Bill amount into rate of discount into unexpired period of bill upon 12 months. Okay, so it is 30,000 discount charges is equal to 30,000 into 15% into 3 by 12. I hope you remember how did I calculate 15%. 15% is nothing but total of 10% and 5%. How to calculate 10%? Last zero cancel, last digit cancel is equal to our 10%. So 30,000 10% is equal to 3,000 and 5% is half of 10%, that goes to 1,500. So the total amount of discount will be 4,500 if the bill is for 1 full year. Now since the bill is only for 3 months, it will be 4,500 into 3 months upon 12 months. That goes to how much? 1,125. I am giving you 2 minutes. Please calculate on your own. Check it out whether the calculation is correct or not. I don't want you to depend upon me. The more you will calculate on your own, it will be easy for you to ensure that your calculation speed is going to be higher in examination also. Okay. So the answer is going to be how much? 1,125. So that is the amount of your discount. Oh god, oh yes, this has gone little bit ahead here. Alignment is changed. 1,125. Okay, and let us consider how much cash banker will give to us. So net amount received from bank is equal to bill amount minus discount amount. So net amount received from bank is equal to 30,000 minus 1,125. That goes to how much? 28,000. Please calculate on your own. 30,000 minus 1,125 is equal to 28,875. 28,875. So these are the different observations. Let me underline the word observation and make it bold and highlight the same so it will be easy for you to remember. Those of you who are attending my lecture for the first time, let me again repeat, observations are only for you and me, not to be written in examination. This is helping you to understand how do I solve the problem. In exam we are going to directly go for calculations. Okay, no need to write the observations at all. So these are the different observations. If it is required, please pause the video, write down the observations properly for you so that it will be easy for you to remember and afterwards to revise how did we solve the problem. And I hope now you have written everything. Let us go for now the second part of the problem, that is drawing the format. Who is the drawer? Ashwin has drawn the bill. because Ashwin is the creditor, Ashwin is the seller, Ashwin is the supplier. So on the left hand side, yellow color journal in the books of Ashwin, and right hand side, green color journal in the books of purchaser or buyer or debtor or drawee, that is in the books of Ajinkya. So those are the points. Draw the format and then we'll start. Okay, so let me consider now first of all 12th of July, because that is the day on which the bill is received. I know that we can pass a combined entry, but for the purpose of understanding the system in a more proper manner, easy manner, I am considering the entry for check received separate and entry for bill received separate. I am repeating again, I know that it is possible to pass a combined entry for check received as well as bill received, because both of them are happening on the same date, both of them are happening with the same party, and both of them are happening as a part of same transaction. Still, for the purpose of convenience and to understand exactly how it is happening, I am going to consider check transaction separate and bills receivable transaction separate. So first I am considering the transaction of check. The entry will be bank account debit, because check is received, it's a cross check, not a bearer check. If it would have been bearer check, we would have considered cash account debit. Okay, so here it will be bank account debit to who is the giver? Ajinkya is the giver. Simple entry, 11th standard entry. Check is received from our debtor, being check received. Simple, nothing special in that. Amount is how much? 15,000. And then on the credit side also 15,000. Same situation. Now let us consider from the viewpoint of Ajinkya. Ashwin was saying that check is received, whereas Ajinkya will say check has gone out, check is given. Okay, to whom the check is given? It is given to Ashwin. So who is the receiver? Ashwin is the receiver. And who is the giver? Since the check is given, the money is not getting out of our cash box, but money will get out of our bank account. That means our banker will be the giver. So entry, or our bank account will be the giver. So entry will be Ashwin's account debit to bank account. Ashwin account debit to bank account. Amount is rupees how much? 15,000. 15,000 being check issued, or you can say being check paid. That is also okay. Okay, so first transaction is over. On the same date, we already knew that the total amount which was receivable from this Ajinkya fellow was rupees 45,000, and we have received just now a check only of rupees 15,000. 30,000 rupees are still pending, but he is demanding a period of 3 more months from us. We are accepting that particular thing, but at the same time we are not interested in keeping him as a normal debtor. We are converting him from a normal debtor into a negotiable instrument by way of not a promissory note, but by way of bill of exchange. So what is Ashwin going to do? Ashwin is going to give him a written order. In the order, what is going to specify? He is going to specify, pay me after 3 months, pay me or my order a sum of rupees 30,000 for the value received. Why 30,000? Because total dues were 45,000, out of which 15,000 are already received by way of a check. The remaining 30,000 are to be dealt with the help of bill of exchange. That's why the amount of bill of exchange is 30,000. Bill is coming in, debit what comes in, and since it is receivable for us, we'll say bills receivable account debit to who is that? Ajinkya account, because Ajinkya is the giver, credit the giver. The amount is how much? 30,000. Being bill received, duly accepted. And in the books of Ajinkya, the entry will be on 12th of July 2019. Who is the receiver? Ashwin is the receiver. But what are we giving him? We are not giving him any cash. We are not giving him another check. We are not giving him promissory note. We are not giving him goods. Then what is he receiving? He is receiving a bill. Which bill? Neither sales bill nor purchase bill, but it's a bill of exchange. That bill of exchange is a liability for us. That means it is not a bills receivable for us, but for Mr. Ajinkya it is bills payable. So he will specify to bills payable account. Amount is how much? The amount is rupees 30,000. Being bill accepted. Simple. Okay, So now these two entries are common. These entries are not going to change. Whatever is going to happen, that is on due date, that is on 15th of October. And what can happen on 15th of October? They have told us three situations. If the bill is honored, if the bill is dishonored, or if the bill is dishonored and noting charges paid by the bank of rupees 300. These are the three different situations they have told us. So let me consider first of all the first situation, that the bill is going to get discounted and afterwards it is going to get honored. What is the date of discounting? The date of discounting is the same date, 12th of July. So 12th of July 2019, discounting will happen. Now please try to understand on your own. Think about this situation. What is your opinion? If the bill is to be discounted, who can discount the bill? Is it Ashwin, drawer, who is going to discount the bill? Or is it Ajinkya, drawee, who is going to discount the bill? Think about it. The bill was drawn by Ashwin, accepted by Ajinkya, given back to Ashwin. So the bill is in the hands of Ashwin. Bill must be in the hands of drawer. So who can discount the bill? It is the drawer who can discount the bill. In fact, now you can make a simple rule in your mind that it is always the drawer who can discount the bill. Drawee can never discount the bill. You can raise money from the bank, you can take an advance from the bank only in relation to your assets. You can never raise any advance, you can never get any money, you can never raise any finances in relation to your liability. You can go to the banker and you can tell the banker that I am having this land, this building, this plant, this machinery, this stock, this furniture, or this bill of exchange. Against that you give me money. That is possible. But you can't go to the bank and tell the banker that I am having this creditor, I am having that bank loan, against that you give me money. Banker will say sorry, that is not possible for me. So nobody can raise money out of their liability. A person can raise money only out of his asset. In case of bill of exchange, it is an asset for the drawer and liability for the drawee. That means discounting can be done only by the drawer, that means Mr. Ashwin. So Ashwin is saying I am discounting the bill. He is discounting the bill, that means the bill will be remaining in his cash box or bill will have to be given to the banker. Yes, it will have to be given to the banker. The bill is given to the banker, and it is not just given to the banker for safekeeping. It is sold to the banker. So bank is the receiver. And bank is immediately going to give you cash today itself. How much cash bank is going to give you? Not full amount of cash. Bank is going to give you after deducting discount. The amount will be given to you is total amount of bill minus discount charges of that particular bill. We have already calculated the same in observation. Amount of discount charges were 1125 and amount received, net amount received was 28,875. I hope you have written this particular working. So in that case, now Mr. Ashwin will specify that money is coming in. He is standing in front of the bank manager and asking him to give him money. Bank manager will specify, sorry sir, we are ready to discount the bill. We are ready to give you money, but please don't open your wallet in front of us. That's not allowed. We are not going to give you cash in your hand. Whatever amount we are agreeing, 28,275 or whatever it is, 875, etc., that money we will deposit in your bank account. If you want to withdraw, you can withdraw it immediately by using either withdrawal slip or by using check. Obviously it's a current account, that means it will be by check. But we are not going to give you cash in your hand. The amount will be deposited in your account. That is necessary. The amount will be deposited in your account. So ultimately what Mr. Ashwin will specify, bill is going out and my bank account is getting increased. The balance in my bank account is getting increased. My bank account is the receiver. No sir, bank is the giver. Yes, bank as a banker is the giver. But he is giving not cash in your hand, he is giving amount in your bank account. So your bank account in that big bank, your bank account is the receiver. So entry will be bank account debit to bills receivable account, RECIVABLE, receivable account. But amount received in bank account is 28,875. I hope you remember this amount. We had calculated it here. Okay. And the bill which is going out is of rupees 30,000. Now those of you who are good accountancy students, they immediately understand, sir, this entry is having a problem. The debit of this entry is 28,875 and the credit of this entry is 30,000, and those of you who are keenly observing how I am solving the problem will immediately understand that I have left one line in between. So the logic is bank account debit 28,875, some other account also is required to be debited. I hope you remember what I had specified. This is discount charges. Discount charges are our expenses. Debit all expenses and losses. So entry will be discount charges account debit. If you write only discount account debit, then also it is okay. Don't worry. You are not going to get any extra marks because you are writing the word discount charges. And you are not going to lose any marks because you are not using the word charges. Okay. This is how I remember the situation, that these are not cash discount or trade discounts, but this is a special amount of discount which is charged by the bank. It is actually speaking interest, but it is demanded from the drawer at the time of granting the advance itself. So to distinguish it from the cash discount, or to distinguish it from the trade discount, I am calling it as discount charges account. Okay. So banker of Mr. Ashwin purchased the bill from Ashwin, deducted the amount of discount, and then gave net amount to Ashwin, but that too not given to Ashwin in his hand. It is an amount which is deposited in Ashwin's bank account. So entry will be Ashwin's bank account debit. Ashwin will pass the entry bank account debit, discount charges account debit to bills receivable account. Now think about it. This transaction is between which two parties? This transaction is between which two parties? This is a transaction between Mr. Ashwin and his banker. Is Ajinkya involved in this transaction? Is Ajinkya involved in this transaction? Ajinkya is not at all involved in the transaction. This is a pure transaction between the drawer and the banker. So who will record it? It is the drawer and the banker. Both of them will record it. Ajinkya is neither affected nor concerned by this transaction, so Ajinkya will not record this transaction. So in the books of Ajinkya, on the same date, if you are thinking of the entry for discounting, the entry will be no entry. Neither he is a party to the transaction nor is affected by the transaction, so there is no responsibility on him to pass any entry for the same. So being bill discounted. Is that narration written by Ashwin? For Mr. Ajinkya, there is no tension, there is no narration also. Okay, that's done. So first three entries are done. First one, check received. Second one, bill received. Third one, bill discounted by the drawer. What is the entry for discounting of the bill? Bank account debit, because the money is never received in cash. Money is always received in our bank account. So our bank account debit. Our bank account debit by the full amount of bill or net amount of bill? Net amount of bill after deducting discount. So bank account debit, net amount. Discount charges account debit by the amount of discount. To bills receivable account by the full amount of bill. That is how the transaction will be recorded. Being bill discounted, or you may write extra thing, being bill discounted at the rate of 15% per annum for 3 months. That is also done. Okay, and some of you may write the working here, that is 30,000 into 15% into 3/12, because in the examination you are not going to write the observations. So in the observation we have written this particular thing, but in exam observations are not required. In that case, how are you going to tell the examiner that this amount of 1125 is calculated by you and not copied by you from somebody else sitting next to you? So you are going to show the working here. It is the amount of the bill into rate of discount into unexpired period of bill upon 12 months. Okay, so this is how the narration is written. Now comes the next part. Now bill is resting with whom? Is it in the cash box of Ashwin? No, it has already gone to the banker. Banker is holding it as the property of Ashwin, or banker is holding it as his own property? Obviously, banker is holding it as his own property. For the banker, this is not a property of Ajinkya because Ajinkya sold the bill to the banker. So it is now the property of banker. On the due date, you think about it. Who will go to whom to demand money? Can Ashwin go and demand money from Ajinkya? Now it is impossible because the bill is not with Ajinkya. Bill is not with Ashwin. If on the due date Ashwin goes to Ajinkya's house or Ajinkya's office, Ajinkya will welcome him, offer him a chair, may offer him tea or coffee also. But when Ashwin will say, give me the amount, Ajinkya will say, first of all, show me the bill. If you are not showing me the bill, I am not going to pay the money, because the amount is payable now only upon production of bill of exchange. So Ashwin, even if on the due date he goes before the banker to Ajinkya's office, still Ajinkya will not pay him. Ajinkya may offer tea, coffee, nashta, lunch, dinner, everything, but Ajinkya will not pay money to him unless Ashwin produces the bill. Now bill is not with Ashwin, that means Ashwin cannot demand any money from Ajinkya. Even if he demands, Ajinkya will not pay money. Ajinkya will say, first of all, show me the bill. I am going to pay the bill. The wording was, pay me or my order. Now if it is you, then first of all show me that bill of exchange. Who knows, you have already transferred the bill to somebody else. So I'll pay you money first, and that somebody else will come again and demand money from me. That will be a loss to me. I am not interested in handling this thing. Even if you are coming personally, still show me the bill first. Let me get it written on the bill that you received the money. I'll either tear off the bill, I'll throw it away, or I'll file it in my file that I have honored the transaction. But I want bill now. I don't want just your smiling face. So Ashwin cannot demand money from Ajinkya. Even if he demands, Ajinkya won't pay. Then who is going to demand money? Banker. Because the bill is with the banker. On 15th of October, the banker will go to Ajinkya's house and will specify, Ajinkya, this is the bill of exchange, pay me the bill. Ajinkya will not find it difficult to pay to the banker. Ajinkya will not question anything to the banker. How did you get this bill? This bill was given by me only to Mr. Ashwin. Then Ashwin should have come. Why are you coming? Nothing of that sort. It's a negotiable instrument. So probably Ashwin might have given this bill to banker and banker is coming to me. That's a very simple assumption he will make, and he will make payment to banker. And then he is going to be getting out of his responsibility of honoring the bill. So let me consider the transaction as 15th of October 2019, and in which this is the first entry, situation A, honored. Let me underline this honored, and let me add some extra entries here, extra columns here, rows here. Just a minute. Yeah. So what is the entry for honored? Think about it. What will happen? Banker will come to Mr. Ajinkya's place, and banker will tell him, Ajinkya, pay the bill. Ajinkya will say, okay, no problem, first of all show me the bill. If the banker produces the bill, Ajinkya will not hesitate. Ajinkya will take out money from his cash box and will give it to the banker. Simple. Banker will start getting out of the chair, getting up from the chair and going out of the office. Ajinkya will stop him. Ajinkya will say, okay, you are taking cash, that's not a problem, don't forget to give the bill back to me. Otherwise this bill will again become live. That is very complicated. Now I have paid the money, I have honored my commitment, now give the bill back to me. Banker will say, okay, take this bill. Ajinkya will again ask, don't forget to sign on the bill that you received the money. Now after that, Ajinkya may tear off the bill and throw it away, or Ajinkya may file it in his own file properly for the purpose of future records that on due date he paid to whom. Generally he is going to file the bill. So what is going to happen for Ajinkya? Bills payable, which was a liability, which was created in the second entry by us. Look at the second entry. Ashwin account debit to bills payable account, green side, right side, green side, right side, Ashwin account debit to bills payable account. So we have created Ashwin account, we have cancelled Ashwin account and we have created a new liability called as bills payable account. That bills payable is getting cancelled now. That bills payable is getting honored now. That bills payable is getting completed now, matured now. So bills payable is to be cancelled. Bills payable account will have to be debited. Bills payable account debit. To what? Bills payable account debit to what? Cash is going out. Simple. So to cash or bank account. Ajinkya will specify bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. Bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. Let me disappear from the screen so it will be easy for you to see the things. And this row I am going to delete. That's not required. Just a minute. Yeah, delete the row. Bills payable account debit. What is the amount? The amount is rupees 30,000. And here also it is 30,000. Being our acceptance honored. I hope it is easy for you to understand. Let me reduce the font size here. Just a moment. Font size is 10 here. And then font size is 10 here. Here also I am reducing the font size 10, Here also I'm reducing the font size 10, and the last time thereafter, so that now there we are going to be working systematically. Okay, so this is 10 here. Being our acceptance honored, being our acceptance CPTANCE honored. I hope you have understood the basic logic. Being our acceptance honored. Clear to all of you? Okay. Next, now the question is, what will be the entry of the same situation, that is 15th of October 2019. 15th of October 2019. What will be the entry for the same transaction in the books of drawer? Think about it. What is your opinion? The transaction on the due date is between the banker and the drawee. Who paid? The drawee paid. To whom it is paid? To the banker. So drawee will record the transaction and banker will record the transaction. Banker is collecting money not on behalf of Ashwin. Banker is collecting money not on behalf of drawer, but the banker is collecting money on his own behalf. So banker will collect the money from Ajinkya and will not give money back to anybody. Banker will collect the money from Ajinkya and will not give back that money to anybody. That means Mr. Ashwin will not get any money now. I hope you are in a position to understand what I am speaking. Mr. Ashwin will not get any money now from the banker. Whatever money is there, that is with the banker only. In that case, Ashwin will specify this is a transaction between whom? Between Ajinkya and banker. It is honored. I am not at all a party for this transaction. Banker is also happy. Ajinkya is also happy. I have already received money in the past, so I was already happy. There is no need for me to pass any entry now. So in the books of Mr. Ashwin, the entry will be no entry. I hope you have understood the basic logic. Clear to all of you? Okay. Being नो एंट्री रहेगा तो ट्रांजैक्शन का नरेशन देने का जरूरत नहीं है. क्लियर? So this is how the first part of the problem is over. If you require, please pause the video here, write down the entry, check out exactly what you have written, and then we'll go ahead. Okay. So first situation is over. Situation A, on 15th of October, if the bill is honored. So if the bill is honored, what is the entry? For drawer, the entry is no entry because the transaction is between banker and the drawee. Whereas if the bill is honored, then for the drawee, the entry is bills payable. Our liability is getting cancelled, is getting honored, is getting extinct, and cash is going out. Credit what goes out, so to cash or bank account. Simple. Those of you who have solved the first problem carefully, they will immediately remember, sir, this is the same entry which we had passed earlier also. Here also, when the bill was honored, the entry was bills payable to cash account, and now also the entry is bills payable to cash account. So there is no change in the entry if the bill is discounted or the bill is normal bill. Still, when it is honored, the entry is always same. What is the entry? Bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. Is it clear to all of you? I hope this is easy to understand. So let me go ahead now with the second situation. What is the second situation? If the bill is dishonored. Now is the most fascinating part of the problem. That on the due date, banker is going to the drawee's place. That is Ajinkya's place. And Ajinkya is saying, no, I am not interested in paying the bill. Do whatever you want to do. हिंदी पिक्चर का स्टाइल में बोलेगा तो क्या करने का कर ले. Okay, I am not going to pay the bill. So on the due date, Ajinkya refuses to pay the bill. On the due date, Ajinkya is not ready to pay the bill, not ready to honor the bill. How to handle this situation? So to understand it properly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the first entry, that is the check received, and then rest of the entries I'm going to keep as they are, because first entry is anyway not required for us. That is entry for check. The transaction for check is already over, so I'm removing that entry. I'm just keeping the entries for bills receivable, and then I'm going to understand how the entry for discounted bills receivable dishonored is passed. Yes, look into these entries properly. You can understand that on 12th of July, bills receivable account is debited, and again on 12th of July, bills receivable account is credited. So bills receivable is debited because it was received, and bills receivable is credited because it was given to the bank. When it was received from Ajinkya, we said bills receivable account debit. When it was given to the banker, we specified bills receivable is going out, credit what goes out, it will have to be cancelled, or it will have to be considered that it has gone out of our books. So bills receivable is anyway cancelled. On 12th of July itself, it was received, the account got created, and then it was sold to the banker, the account got closed. So bills receivable account debit and bills receivable account credit on the same date by the next entry, bills receivable cancel. And then one more rule, डिस्काउंट को भूल जाओ. डिस्काउंट चार्जेस है ना, डिस्काउंट चार्जेस, उसको भूल जाएंगे. फिर बचेगा क्या उसको देखेंगे और उसको उल्टा कर देंगे. दैट्स अ सिंपल रूल ऑफ क्रिएटिंग द एंट्री फॉर discounted bills receivable dishonored. Let me show it to you. This bills receivable is debited here by rupees 30,000 and then it is credited here by rupees 30,000. So I can safely say BR cancel, bills receivable cancel. Discount को भूल जाओ. So this discount I am going to ignore now. Okay. बाकी एंट्री क्या रहेगी अपना, टू अजिंक्य अकाउंट आणि बँक अकाउंट डेबिट. सो बाकीची एंट्री काय उरलेली आहे, बँक अकाउंट डेबिट टू अजिंक्य अकाउंट ही उरलेली एंट्री. त्याला उलटा करून टाकायचं, उस एंट्री को उल्टा करेंगे. सो आई एम रिपीटिंग अगेन, BR कैंसिल, डिस्काउंट को भूल जाओ, बाकी एंट्री को उल्टा करो. रिपीटिंग फॉर द लास्ट टाइम, BR कैंसिल, डिस्काउंट को भूल जाओ, बाकी एंट्री को उल्टा करो. Repeating for one more time, BR to be cancelled, discount is to be forgotten, remaining entry is to be reversed. BR ला कॅन्सल करा, डिस्काउंटला विसरून जा, उरलेल्या एंट्रीला उलट करा. उरलेली एंट्री काय तुमची, टू अजिंक्य अकाउंट आणि बँक अकाउंट डेबिट, बँक अकाउंट डेबिट टू अजिंक्य अकाउंट, याला उलट करायचं. सो एंट्री विल बी, yes, you are going to tell me what is the entry you are going to pass if the situation is not of honor but the situation is of dishonor. The entry will be dishonored, DIS, yeah, honored. BR cancel, डिस्काउंट को भूल जाओ, बाकी एंट्री को उल्टा करो. सो एंट्री विल बी अजिंक्य अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक अकाउंट being discounted bill dishonored. Now some students are very happy, sir, this is such a simple entry, there is nothing special in this entry, anybody can pass this entry. कितना सिंपल टेक्निक है अपना, BR कैंसिल, डिस्काउंट को भूल जाओ, बाकी एंट्री को उल्टा करो. सो BR कैंसिल हो गया, डिस्काउंट को हम भूल गए और बचे कुछ एंट्री को उल्टा करने के टाइम हमने बोल दिया अजिंक्य अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक अकाउंट. तो सम स्टूडेंट्स आर वेरी हैप्पी, दिस इज एन ईजी एंट्री, आई कैन पास दिस एंट्री इन द एग्जाम नाउ, नो टेंशन. बट सम स्टूडेंट्स आर वेरी इंटेलिजेंट स्टूडेंट्स, they are not happy with only the technique but they are also interested in the logic of the technique. Sir, okay, this is a good idea, we will remember it and we will write it in the exam also, but tell us what is the logic of this particular idea. In that case, for them, for such students who are interested in knowing the logic of this particular idea, let me discuss what has happened. On the due date, banker must have gone to Ajinkya's house, and Ajinkya, instead of paying the banker, has shut off his door on the face of the banker, saying that I am not interested in honoring the bill. If Ajinkya does not honor the bill, banker is not going to keep quiet. Banker will specify the advance was given for a period of 3 months, at the end of which I am going to recover the advance. It was told to me that Ajinkya will honor the bill. That's a good thing. That's why I have come to Ajinkya's place, but Ajinkya has shut off the door on my face. I am not interested in going to go for abusing Ajinkya and all. I anyway don't know Ajinkya. I came to Ajinkya because of what? Because of which reason? It is because Ashwin told me to go to Ajinkya and Ajinkya will pay the money. Otherwise, I was not interested in coming to Ajinkya. I gave the loan to Ashwin. I am going to recover it from Ashwin. Ashwin had told me at that time that on the due date Ajinkya will pay on my behalf. That's why we came to Ajinkya's place. But now we have understood that Ajinkya is not interested in paying. Now Ajinkya and Ashwin may be having any problem. That is a different story. But we gave loan to Ashwin. We are going to collect it from Ashwin. So banker will immediately go to the bank account of Ashwin. And from the bank account, the banker will immediately take out the money of take the amount of rupees 30,000. So immediately from the bank account of Ashwin, 30,000 rupees will be taken away, withdrawn, taken away by the bankers. So bank account of Ashwin will become automatically the giver. Although Ashwin has not given any instruction that take away money from my bank account, but when the bill is discounted, it is already agreed between the banker and the drawer that if on the due date drawee fails to pay, then the banker will withdraw the money from the bank account of Ashwin. So the bank account of Ashwin has become the creditor. Bank account of Ashwin has become the giver. And who is the receiver? In reality, banker is the receiver. But banker is the receiver because banker had given us the loan. So it is normal for the banker to recover his money. That is not a problem. But most important, who should have paid to Mr. Banker? It was Ajinkya who should have paid to the banker. Because in the past, Ajinkya was our debtor by rupees 45,000, out of which he gave a check of rupees 15,000. 30,000 rupees were pending. We drew a bill on him and we cancelled his account from the debtors list and we transferred his account in the bills receivable list. So we said that there is no person called as Ajinkya as our debtor, but there is a bill receivable in our hands. Since there is a bill receivable in our hands, we had cancelled Ajinkya's account. We had specified to Ajinkya, if you remember. We had already given credit to Ajinkya. But afterwards the bill receivable is getting cancelled now. On the due date, Ajinkya has failed to pay. That means Ajinkya should have paid, had agreed to pay, but has not yet paid. That means Ajinkya is our debtor again. So entry will be Ajinkya will have to be shown back as our debtor in our books of accounts. So entry will be Ajinkya's account debit to bank account, being discounted bill dishonored. Or one can say, I paid to the banker. Now listen here. I paid to the banker, but for what? Did I pay to the banker on my own account? No. I paid to the banker because Ajinkya should have paid today, but Ajinkya did not pay. That's why I am paying to the banker. So if on the due date, when the banker has gone to Ajinkya's place, and at that time if Ajinkya would have honored the bill, then I would not have paid the amount. I am paying the amount because Ajinkya could not pay the amount. Looking at our example of rickshaw, if you remember, the same logic I can apply here. Am I paying for myself? No, I am paying on behalf of Ajinkya. So the benefit of this direct withdrawal from my bank account is not to me. In fact, it has caused pains to me. The benefit of this is given to Ajinkya because Ajinkya today should have paid. His bank account should have gone down, but his bank account remained same. So the benefit has been given to Ajinkya. Debit the receiver. Ajinkya is the receiver of benefit, and credit the giver. My bank account is the giver. So another method of explaining is Ajinkya is the receiver of benefit, debit the receiver, Ajinkya account debit, and my bank account is the giver, so to my bank account. और सिंपल मेथड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग BR कैंसिल, डिस्काउंट को भूल जाओ, बाकी एंट्री को उल्टा करो. और वन मोर मेथड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग, our bank account is going to get withdrawn, therefore our bank account should get reduced, so to bank account. And because the bill is dishonored, the amount is still recoverable from Ajinkya. That means Ajinkya is our debtor, so Ajinkya account debit. So this is the logic. Logic can be explained in two ways, and technique can be explained in one way. What is the technique? BR cancel, discount को भूल जाओ, बाकी entry को उल्टा करो. And what is the logic? By dishonoring the bill, Ajinkya is still our debtor and our bank account has already gone down. That's why entry is Ajinkya to bank. Or by our bank account has gone down and the benefit of our bank account going down is enjoyed by Ajinkya, that today his bank account should have gone down, but his bank account was not affected because he did not pay. That's why it will be considered as Ajinkya account debit to bank account. So two ways of explaining the logic and one way of explaining the technique. Okay, very good technique. BR cancel, discount को भूल जाओ, बाकी entry को उल्टा करो. Let me go to the next part now. The entry for dishonored in the books of Ajinkya. What is entry Ajinkya is going to pass? What entry Ajinkya will pass? Ajinkya will say, sir, very simple entry. No tension. By not paying the bill, by shutting off the door, what has happened? The bills payable is getting cancelled. So bills payable account debit. By shutting off the door, bills payable is getting cancelled, bills payable account debit. And what will happen? Despite of the fact that bills payable is getting cancelled, bills payable is getting useless, bills payable is losing its value, still Ashwin is the person to whom we should have paid, but we have not yet paid. So Ashwin is our creditor. So to what? To Ashwin account. Entry will be bills payable account debit to Ashwin account. Amount is rupees how much? 30,000. Those of you who have solved first problem carefully, they will immediately understand, sir, this is the same entry. Earlier also, when a normal bill, retained bill is dishonored, the entry was same. What was the entry? Bills payable to Pratap, because Pratap was the drawer. In our case, Ashwin is the drawer. So entry will be bills payable account debit to Ashwin account. Okay, that is drawer account. So whether it is honored or it is dishonored, the entries in the books of Ajinkya are always same. Being our acceptance dishonored. But this was a simple situation without noting charges situation. Let us now consider with noting charges situation. So with noting charges, first two entries are same, there is no problem. In fact, the check entry is same, then the bills receivable entry is same, discounted entry is also same. So we are going to just pass the third part, that is the C entry. Okay, not the first part and second part, etc. So C entry, dishonored and noting charges. Okay, dishonored and noting charges. Nothing else to be done. Ajinkya account debit, baki logic same to same. Banker is paying noting charges, so banker will recover the money from us. Banker will recover that money from our bank account. Entry will be BR cancel. डिस्काउंट को भूल जाओ, बाकी एंट्री को उल्टा करो, और बाकी एंट्री को उल्टा करने का उसके अंदर और एक चीज़ को डाल दो. कौन सी चीज़ को डाल दो? कौन सी चीज़ को डाल दो? नोटिंग चार्जेस. अमाउंट को ऐड कर दो, बस बाकी कुछ नहीं. अजिंक्य अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक अकाउंट, बीइंग डिस्काउंटेड बिल डिसऑनर्ड एंड noting charges paid by the bank. Okay, but take the case of Ajinkya, the entry will be little bit different now. Bills payable account debit rupees 30,000, noting charges account debit, because it is his own expenditure, amount is rupees 300, sorry, the amount is rupees 300 to Ashwin account, because we will have to pay to Mr. Ashwin an amount of rupees 300. Let me disappear from the screen so it will be easy for you to understand. Being our acceptance dishonored and noting charges recorded. I hope it is easy for you to understand. The entry is noting charges recorded. Clear to all of you? जिसका mistake उसका खर्चा. If you remember the discussion which I had made in the first problem. Who should record noting charges? Noting charges account. It is never going to be appearing in the books of drawer, because it is not the mistake of drawer. Drawer may pay out of his pocket, but he is not going to call it as noting charges. He is going to call it as amount recoverable from the drawee. So for the drawer, the original entry remains same. Only thing is amount of entry changes. Entry was Ajinkya to bank. Now also entry is Ajinkya to bank, but the amount was 30,000. Now the amount is 30,300 and 30,300. But in the books of Ajinkya, Ashwin nahi, in the books of Ajinkya, that is a drawee. Earlier entry was bills payable to Ashwin 30,000. Now the entry will be bills payable account debit, noting charges account debit to Ashwin account 30,300. I hope it is easy for you to understand. The logic was earlier also discussed here by us. Noting charges, in this case the entry was noting charges account was never used in our yellow color book. It was always used only in the green color book. Same logic will come here. The logic is जिसका mistake उसका खर्चा. Sir, can I pass two different entries here also? First entry, Ajinkya account debit to bank account 30,000. Then one more entry, Ajinkya account debit to bank account 300 on the yellow side. First entry, Ajinkya to bank 30,000. Second entry, same entry, Ajinkya account debit to bank 300. And here also first entry, bills payable to Ashwin 30,000, then noting charges to Ashwin 300. Yes, allowed, no problem. If you want to pass two separate entries, first entry for bill dishonored, second entry for noting charges, you can pass two separate entries, or you can pass combined entry also. It is one and the same. So what have we understood? First part, when the bill is discounted, what is the entry? The entry is always in the books of only drawer, and in the books of drawee. For bill discounted, no entry. What is the entry for drawer? Bank account debit, discount charges account debit to bills receivable account. Next, if such bill is honored, then drawer is the happiest person. Banker is going, banker is collecting, banker is happy, drawee is happy, and the drawer is already happy, so no entry. And honored, in the books of drawee, the entry will be bills payable to cash or bank. This is a usual entry. Then if it is dishonored, then I have taught you the technique of dishonor entry in three different ways, two logics and one technique. Technique is easy for the purpose of examination, logic is useful for the purpose of understanding. What is the technique? BR cancel, discount को भूल जाओ, बाकी entry को उल्टा करो. So in the books of drawer the entry is drawee account debit to bank account. Drawee account debit to bank account. Repeating for the last time, drawee account debit to bank account. And in the books of drawee, it's usual entry bills payable to Ashwin. We are not going to say bills payable to bank because we don't know who the bank is. By shutting off the door, we are again recreating Ashwin as our creditor, not bank as our creditor, because original goods were sold by Ashwin to us, or original services were given by Ashwin to us, and to whom we had given the promise that we will pay, don't worry, we will pay either to you or to your order. And now his order came, but we did not honor the order. That means Ashwin will be angry on us. We'll have to accept that Ashwin is our creditor. So entry is bills payable to Ashwin. And then we saw dishonored and noting charges entry. You can pass two different entries. One entry for dishonor and one entry for noting charges, or you can pass combined entry also. So both the techniques are possible. Clear to all of you? I hope this is easy for you to understand. Go through the problem once again, remember the entry or remember the technique. And one more thing, in the books of drawee, for honor as well as for dishonor, the entries of discounted situation or the entries of the first problem, retained situation, are exactly same. There is no change. Retained problem. The entries for dishonored, bills payable to drawer, or noting charges, bills payable to drawer, noting charges to drawer. Same situation. In the books of drawee, the entries are always same, whether it is honored or it is dishonored or it is dishonored and noting charges. The problem dances with yellow book. Green book is almost same. Clear to all of you? So this is what I wanted to discuss in this problem. In the next problem, I'm going to talk about the basic concept of endorsement. Again, there we are going to consider endorse bill honored, endorse bill dishonored, and endorse bill dishonored along with noting charges. Once that problem is also over, thereafter I'll directly start with practice problems. So first around 6 to 7 problems. This is now 4, 5, 6. First 6 problems are basic problems. 7th problem onwards we are going to solve practical problems. Okay. So next lecture is again one more basic concept, how to record the entries for endorsement. Once that is complete, then all our discussions are over, and then we can go for starting with our practice problems only. So one single problem will have multiple different situations and we'll try to solve the same. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. I hope you have understood the lecture. If you have not understood it quickly, please repeat it again and again. Sometimes some logics are difficult to understand. It is the practice which will help you more. Okay, and be with me as we'll solve many more problems. You will understand it thoroughly. Okay, so thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.